the Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Greetings, Grey Maniacs. It is I, the Grey Man, here once again to enlighten you with some more of my comic collection. And I hope you're having a great, amazing day. Why do I laugh at my own silliness every time? Look at this tiny little box. These are my, so I've got some little, can you see that size? It's quite small. This is a proper short box. So I've got some that are this size and some that are slightly larger. But this is box number 1. I'm actually going to start going in numerical order so I can keep a track of what boxes I've shown you and what boxes I haven't shown you. Right, these are not all individually bagged and boarded, unfortunately, because I'm a cheapskate and I can't get them out. Come out, you damn comics! Come out! Don't play hard to get. Oh, nice ones. There's some nice comics in this one. I wasn't too sure what I had in here actually. Be nice if I individually bag and board these though, which would be, they definitely deserve to be individually bagged and boarded. Bloody hell, there's a load of them. I won't do all of them. Oh, I see, that's where those are. Yeah, I'll get you. I know what's in here now. Right, let's just do, oh, I see, the annuals are in the, let's do this many. What's in here? I know you're dying to know. You're like, what's in there, Gray? Tell us what's in the number 1 box. Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. Nuclear. Look at that cover. That is some awesome cover. I love the blinking, the atomy kind of firestorm effect, like the nuclear blinking, you know, and the flaming head. What? He's got a head. His head's on fire, man. His head's on fire. Who could not love this comic? I'm not too sure there's a year on here. Well, the year's not in here, but I'm guessing it's the early 80s. There was a contest quite a while back, but now people were asking you to show comics from your favourite decade, and I went for the 80s. And with that kind of, you got the awesomeness of the earlier 70s art. The art hasn't turned to crap yet, or it hasn't gone so kind of like, I don't know, to me, just these kind of era of covers are just clearer. The art is clearer and cleaner, and there's no kind of like moving into abstract weirdness and stuff like that. Well, some of those are cool, but I just like that clean. There's the hero, you know. I think this might be one of the ones that was mentioned on a done on a grader's notes. Actually, I think it might be this one. But I think there's a little mini-series before this I don't actually own. I need to get that. I'm pretty sure I'm missing the mini-series that came before this. So it's one for me definitely to try and pick up. Right, so then here we go. He's fighting. But I'm sure this was the enemy that they talked about on Grader's Notes when they did the Grader's Notes on Firestorm. I thought it was a different. In fact, I might have been the one that chose it. I might have said, "Yeah, do Firestorm number 1." I think I did it. I mentioned it in chat. They asked people to sort of come up with it, or they might have shown the choices and you got to bid on it. I can't remember now. The bludgeoning Black Bison versus the fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. I even like his logo. I've mentioned that before. Right. Right, number 3, Killer Frost is back to face the fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. There'll be a cold time in the old town tonight. This is why I need to get the first miniseries. I think number 3 of the first miniseries is the very first appearance of Killer Frost. I need to add this to my list. All this and Killer Frost 2. Looks like meeting up with the Justice League of America. The Justice League battles the fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. So they're actually fighting against Firestorm. And later on he actually joins the Justice League. There's quite a well-known cover where Superman's like saying, this guy's joining the League, like it or lump it, or something like that. On one of the Justice League comics of that era. Broderick and Giordano responsible for the art. So then the next lot I've got is just like a bunch all bunged into one bag. But the trouble is, if I bag and board these individually, they're never going to fit back into this box. I had enough job getting them out, but I feel that they deserve bags and boards because they're cool comics. I need to get some more boxes. The trouble is, I get more boxes, I got no room. I got no room to put the bloody boxes. Well, they were, I might have to throw out a few lodges or something like that. well, I'll work it out eventually. Right. Fighting some kind of satyr. Either this is a very bad dream or I'm in really big trouble. A living myth versus the fury of Firestorm the Nuclear Man. Yeah, there's a bunch of satyrs there. What was the name of the head? Pan, wasn't it? Pan, the satyr. This woman's name is Plastique, and in just one more second she's going to explode. I think she was a Quebec separatist. That was her raison d'etre. Ranger Slide, is she your local folk hero? she wants Quebec to be separate from the rest of Canada. I think that's what she did, because later on she ends up with Captain Atom, and she repents her criminal ways of trying to persuade, to get her, what she wants. She regrets doing it in that way, thinking political ways are better than terroristic ways. And she ends up having a relationship, or teasing a relationship anyway, with Captain Atom. Uh-oh, just when you thought it was safe to go out in the rain. Typhoon. I feel like I've read this one recently. It's weird that, because I've had this for ages and I haven't read it for a while, but this story of Typhoon being created, I remember reading it somewhere. Recently. Was it reprised in another story somewhere or something like that? Definitely remember Typhoon being created. But I don't remember what comic I read that in now. Right, Baby, the Rain Must Fall. Typhoon, the Living Storm versus the Fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. I don't know why it's called the Fury, because he was never that angry. He was quite a level-headed chap, really. Because obviously it's two people in one Firestorm. The Firestorm Matrix, is Ronnie Raymond, a college jock, and the scientist Martin Steen. I think this is the Hyena, isn't it? It's a recurring villain. Do you know what? I think I might have read it in that one I was just talking about. I think it might have been a backup story in another comic, because Firestorm did appear as backup stories. Maybe in Batman, I can't remember now, or maybe in Flash. That might have been in Flash. Most likely it would have been Flash as a Flash backup story, I'm thinking. So maybe they were actual proper reprints then, rather than just like new tellings. Because I'm sure that Typhoon story was told in the story that I read recently, and it seems to me now there must have been a reprint of that comic rather than a brand new story. Because I remember Typhoon being created in that backup story that I read. Right, face it, kid. 2 hyenas are deadlier than 1. I kind of said hyena a bit weird there. But yeah, I do say things weird. I've just done a beer and vinyl show with Elric, so a couple of beers. Couple of beers down the neck. Always a good thing, but not always a good thing. Even though it's always a good thing, it's not always a good thing, but it's always a good thing. Yeah. Right, Howl. Looks like he's been turned into a hyena here. Oh dear. Don't you just hate when that happens? Yeah. So he's turned into a hyena. It looks like his multiple personalities inside, or the two people inside the Firestorm Matrix, are splitting up. That's actually in pretty good condition. Very tempted to bag and board them. They'll probably take out the whole box by themselves if I do that. Now I'll never get them back in there again. Oh man. Plus I haven't got a huge amount of bags and boards. We'll see how it goes. Ever have one of those days? Still Broderick and Giordano. Jerry Conway doing the story. This is one of those. I'm useless at remembering creators, but Jerry Conway is a name that I remember, and I'm sure he's done lots of good things. But don't ask me to tell you what good things he's done, because My memory doesn't go like that. Maybe you can beat one of us, Firestorm, maybe even 2 or 3. But a dozen or a score, that's just one multiplex too many. Multiplex, he multiplies. Who's the guy who multiplies in Marvel Comics? I wonder which one came first. What is his name? Is it Madrox? Madrox, who multiplies in Marvel? Is Madrox the Marvel multiplier? Dad! Oh dear. That doesn't look good. His dad seems to be exploding in an explosion. Right, Firehawk. She was a lady with similar power set to him. I don't think she had 2 personalities inside her though. I don't think she was just on her own. But a similar kind of like nuclear explosion kind of origin story. Have we got a summer for you? Squeeze play. Squeeze play. It's a bit of a weird blurb. He's being squeezed. It looks like he's getting smaller in like this weird containment device. And this guy is lording it over him. What is he actually squeezing him? Squeezing him smaller? I don't know. Right, another little package to open up to get to the comic-y goodness within. The sellotape's a bit rank on these bags. All the stickiness is all got sticky. Maybe I'll replace the outer bag, won't be able to, but not board it. Right, so this is a nice condition first annual. 1983, annual number 1, The Fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. Kal-El and Giordano, by the looks of it. Did the cover. Not heard of Kal-El, it's not too bad. There you go, you got Firehawk, you got Firestorm, and some guy in a containment suit, or maybe it's a robot. It's a bit like Rom. No, or it's a cross between Rom and the Red Rockets. Right. Call my killer goldenrod. I thought it was the fluoric man for a minute, but it's a guy called goldenrod. That's a type of plant, and he obviously has some kind of plant-based powers. Raphael Kayanan is the interior art. The cover on this one is Hannigan and Giordano. So it's Giordano, the colourist. There's another one I've heard the name, but don't ask me to remember what he's done. Well, this one's in a few scuffs. Frostbite. Looks like Killer Frost is. Because Killer Frost is like mainly a Firestorm villain, isn't she? But she's featured heavily in the Flash TV show, I believe. Cold Snap. Origins, The Fury of Firestorm, the Nuclear Man. Right, let's open up another little pouch of comics. Is that 6 in a bag? A lot of people would go, no! How can you stuff so many comics in one bag? You fiend! You absolute criminal. They'll be like sending off to their politicians like, dear politician, this man Gray, he keeps putting comics and not treating them properly. It's like right into the Royal Society for the Protection of Comic Books. They should all be bagged and boarded individually. But yeah, sorry about that. One day maybe they'll all be in bags and boards. They're in pretty good condition anyway, if you ask me, even if they are stuffed 6 to a bag with no board whatsoever. This one's got a free Blue Devil preview pullout. The fury of Firestorm, the nuclear man. Extra, the Blue Devil hurls himself into your life in a special free 16-page comic. An instant collector's item from the new DC. Fighting for survival inside a computer. Terminal velocity. There you go. Lovely, busy little cover there. Still liking that Firestorm logo. It's got to be the most wordy logo ever. I'm pretty sure. The fury of Firestorm, the nuclear man. This is stupid. Also featuring, need we say it, Firehawk, Toy Death, or Black Bison Rides Again. Looks like a bunch of cuddly toys have been brought to life. And fighting Firestorm. It's an unusual method of attack. So I'm assuming the Black Bison has brought them to life somehow. And here he is again, Black Bison. Nice black cover as well, in pretty good condition. Black Bison's going to land a stomp. He's probably doing a stomp off the third rope or something like that. He's doing a stomp off the turnbuckle. He's going to get his feet burned though in blinking Firestorm's head. What has it actually been said? Is Firestorm's head actually hot? Has he ever like stuffed his head in someone's face and ah? Or is it just like the effect without any actual heat or radiation prevalent in it? He doesn't actually give out radiation, does he? His powers is that he can transmute inorganic objects into other inorganic objects. And I'm assuming, I think he can create, like, maybe he can turn air into other, into other things as well. I'm not sure, but it's mainly turning something into something else is like the mainstay of his powers. And I think he's got like a standard kind of blast power as well. Right. Another little batch of comics in my hand. The fury of Firestorm, the nuclear man. His name is Slipknot. See if you can guess why. This is a weird character. His costume, he seems to have like naked chest patches. You look at him, I never noticed that before. I mean, that's an odd costume choice. I mean, be even odder if it was a woman's costume choice, but it's like nipples out. It's like Slipknot's all nipples out for the lads. I like his mask though, where he's like a lasso kind of Slipknot is on the mask, and like he's got an open mouth part, and it's the loop of the lariat, whatever you'd call it. That's quite cool. Isn't he the guy who got killed in the Suicide Squad movie? Was that Slipknot? Stratos says, when the wind blows, you die. Now, normally when the wind blows, the cradle will rock, but apparently you die when it's Stratos involved. And is that death up there? Is that death? Alright, 30. It's got a bit of residue from an old price tag, and someone else stuck another price tag on it. But this is just a cool action shot of Firestorm. Right, and the second annual, 1984. Wow, it looks like he's in trouble here. He's got the Pan, the Satyr. He's got the Black Bison. He's got that robot guy from the previous issue. He's got Killer Frost. He's got Slipknot. He's got Multiplex. Hyena. It's like, look behind you! He's like, he's I'm just going to stand here and pose for my second annual. Yeah, just looking heroic. And then suddenly all his villains just like, badam! They're all behind him and he's like, uh-oh. Today is not a good day. Right then. Got 3 more packages of comics to go. Going up to about number 40. So how has everybody been nowadays anyway? Let's get some conversation going. How are you all out there in video watching land on YouTube? Is everyone having fun, having good times? Got any new videos on the way? Brain Blast! Guest starring Firehawk. She's back, but can she save the one she loves? Brain Blast. She's got MB written on her chest. She's not called Master Blaster, is she? Can't remember what her name. I don't think Brain Blast's her name. She's got MB written on her chest. Let's see. Professor Stein, do something. She's killing me. Ooh. Ooh. Have we got a name? Have we got a name? No. No, can't. Oh, Mind Boggler. Her name is Mind Boggler. Wasn't she in the Suicide Squad? Was she not killed in the very, very first Suicide Squad? What's Suicide in this name? Suicide Squad mission. Didn't I think she got killed in the first Suicide Squad mission. It might not have been the first issue, it might have been the second issue when they went to Kurak to take on the the Jihad. What they called the Jihad? I think they were. Phantom Stranger. Just when you thought you'd seen it all. Oh, his versus the Phantom Stranger. I like the Phantom Stranger. He's cool. He's cool and mysterious. Kind of get the idea that he's like an angel. I always thought I got the picture that he's like one of God's angels or something like that, or a God's agent. Kind of, I think he's kind of like almost a brother to the Spectre, but not so allowed to take part and dabble in human affairs. But yeah, it's never been said. That's the whole point. He's a stranger. No one knows his origin, his story. I think that's pretty cool. I highly doubt he's going to have an origin story one day, because the whole beauty of him is not knowing his origin or knowing what he's about. Fury. Yeah, I don't need to read that title again, did I? But Killer Frost lives again. The Big Threes. Killer Frost sure is beautiful, but she sure is deadly. I should have put these. Oh man, I've got these all mixed up now. Just for what bag they go back into, I'll work it out. I might even give them new bags. I might even give them all bags and I don't know. If I give them bags and balls, I won't fit them back in this box. But it is an awesome run of comics, and I am very fond of my Firestorm. So maybe they deserve. You know, it's kind of like one of them runs that they deserve their own bags and balls. You know. Look out, hothead! If Killer Frost doesn't get you, Plastique the Woman Bomb will. Yep, in between a rock and a hard place. Two beautiful ladies. In other respects, having two beautiful ladies fighting over you would be nice, but not fighting with you and like looking to rip off your head. That's less pleasant. Definitely less pleasant. The battle lines are drawn. Yeah, looks like he's been joined by Firehawk. At least I think Firehawk's on his side here. Yeah, I'm assuming she's on his side. Otherwise, he's got three ladies ganging up on him, and he's in serious trouble. He's already having enough trouble with Plastique and Killer Frost. What's wrong with this picture? Only Firestorm knows for sure. Looks like he's grown some popcorn, like a massive bag of popcorn and some kind of snack there, and then sitting on a Coca-Cola can, and he's in a sink. Actually, you look at has he been shrunk? It kind of looks like he's in a city. The background looks like a city, but then there's a blinking telephone there. That's the Guggenheim Museum, but it looks like it's like a drink cup or some kind of. It's got a spoon in it, like a soup cup or something like that. And there's a telephone up on the wall. He's sitting on a Coke can, but he's sitting in a sink. So he's been shrunk somehow. But then there's other parts of the background. Looks like cityscape. Tis a weird one. And it was badly wrapped. Very badly wrapped. So the back cover is kind of like you've got a bit of another cover there, print like on that print, and it's so sort of folded over. You've got the whole middle strip is over on the front side here. Never mind. Pop goes the weasel. That's right, because he had a weasel as an enemy, and he had the hyena as an enemy. So there was two feral monsters in his rogues gallery. Right, and this is the last little batch I'm going to show you for today. Can the weasel weasel out of this one? Wonder why they created the weasel. Was it? Do you reckon they were like, we can't use the hyena again, but yeah, we want a kind of hyena type fight. Let's choose another small. Can't remember that genus. What's that family? Is it Martin family? Are they a martin? A type of martin? Not too sure. But anyway, they chose another one. Graduation day. Clark Mitchell, this cover. This is number 40. Finally graduated from college. Here we go. We're leading into Crisis now. 50-year special crossover Crisis, the Fury of the Nuclear Man. Enter Harbinger. Harbinger. I'll go with Harbinger. And you can see the Psycho Pirate in the background there. I think the Psycho Pirate in Crisis makes Killer Frost fall in love with him temporarily, so that they can act in unison, like against the Crisis, rather than her trying to kill him. And then we have another annual number 3. Just the Kyanan and Giordano again. A couple of kinks in the cover. It looks pretty decent condition to me though. I'm quite happy with it still. It's got, I don't care about little knocks. I'm not interested in 9.8s. Just interested in cool comics and like presentable. And this is more than presentable. And it's just it's like the last one where he was standing there posing for his front cover and a bunch of supervillains turn up behind him. But this time he managed to just get him, the Firestorm Matrix plus Martin Steen and Ronnie Raymond. I had to think. There you go. So that's an annual number 3 from 1985. Yeah, I need to get the first run of Firestorm. It's got a bit of value in it, a bit of money on it, but needs to be done, man. Needs to be done. I need to get that someday, amongst the many millions of other comics I need to pick up. Why are there so many comics and not enough money or space? That's what I want to know. It's just not fair. Yeah. Anyway, I am out of here. Cheers for tuning in, you lovely people. You sexy, lovely, gorgeous people who are sexy and lovely. Yeah, I'm bugging off. I'm going to shout out a Les Bigley channel. And this video, it's going to be Chunky Monkey Comics, I think it's called. Chunky Monkey. So yeah, make sure you go and sub up Chunky Monkey. That's a quick look. Oh, I can't bother to turn the computer on. I think I've got. Tells me how many subs he's got so far. But you can definitely do. It doesn't matter how many subs he is. You can definitely do with more subs. I think he's in the. Didn't just show you my password, did I? No, he's got 58 subscribers. Last time I looked one of his videos. So go and subscribe to him today. Let's get him up to 75 at least if we can. Go and give him some sub love. Go and make a comment on his most recent video so it gets bumped up, and just it being bumped up will possibly mean that other people will see it. And that's all good, isn't it? I'm out of here. Until next time we meet. We'll meet again. I don't know where, but I know we'll meet again in a bloggy blog. And until next time, may all your news be good news.
Go and sub up Chunky Monkey, his link is in the corner. Go and sub up Chunky Monkey, or I'll be really mad. Go and sub Chunky Monkey, go and sub him now. He's too busy being a chunky monkey to put anybody down.